Yes, my people. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. Welcome back to another one. But I am currently on my 1 hour time frame where this is my one, two, three, four, five. We can see that price had tapped. Well, it didn't tap 618. However, if I add my other levels, we can see that price at least at the 382 level, and we can see that price reacted from this area, and now it has shot up. So you could also say that this was SBS Model 1, depending on how you see things. But that could be no trade based off the 1 hour chart. So we know that price is bullish based on my 1 hour. When I head over to my 5 minute, we can actually see that price is also bullish. So all I'm going to be doing is just looking for continuations, which is going to help me take this trade higher. And on the 1 minute, it's the same thing. So on our 1 minute, we actually have this zone over here, from this area here, which calls this MSB over there, and we actually do have SBS where this is my one, this is the two, which is the tap back in, this is the three, which is the higher high, that's the full, and then hopefully we're looking now for the five. And again, in this situation, you could almost say that that's SBS model 1, and you don't quite get an I mean, I wouldn't say you don't quite get an entry, but if you go over to our 5 second chart, you can see that pretty much price was below the SMAs. We've now just gotten above, so now if I'm looking for something, it will be now potentially. However, on our 15, it looks like a much better zone. So let's just go over to the one again, and then we let price play out. Okay, so we have now taken out our previous higher high, and we know that to be a MSB. If I go to my 5 minute, this is what price looks like. So when a lot of you guys are just using your 1 minute time frames and we have a 1 minute zone, you have to understand that if it's not a 5 minute zone, is more or less going to be a weaker zone. However, if you are using a 1 minute, hence why I always say go down to your lower time frame, such as the 5 seconds to the 15 second, to help yourself look for a potential trade. Too many people look at the 1 minute and then there's no change in order flow, get cooked, and they're scratching their head thinking like, what's going on? So again, it looks like price is pulling back. So in terms of SBS, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, what do? Go down to my 5 second chart, and all I have to do is just wait for a flip. So I can see based on my 5 second chart, we are technically trading from this high and this low, from this internal MSB, and technically if we do take out this high, that is an internal flip, but we will see. Okay, yeah, so we had an internal flip. Again, it's not something that's always going to be ideal, because price could disrespect this area and just continue down. You have to understand that that internal flip is technically our 2 for the bearish setup, if that makes sense. And you can see for yourself how price tapped in and price dumped. But we ain't done nothing yet. Let's just wait and see, because remember, this is my protected low. Price should respect this low and continue at high highs and higher lows. So when we let price play out, it's a little faster. Okay, so we have tapped into this wick fractal here, and I mean, again, you can go down to your low time frame, look for flips. So based off the lower time frame, then you can see price took this low, price took this low, price took this low, price took out this high, price took out this high, then we took out this low, then we took out this high, and then we took out that low there, and we took out this low here, and now we're taking out the high. So we are now in the flip here, we don't quite get a pullback, which is completely fine. And you can see how price shoots up. So all price wanted to do was tap into this arm to get a move origin and continue to make higher highs and higher lows. So sometimes you're not going to get an entry. Sometimes you are going to get an entry. 618 wins. Let's see. IB. Depends what you have as an IB, but look, this IB candle here. Also wins. But then again, you could have had this as your IB candle, where prices has to, because price picked the lows. So that's also another IB candle there. I mean, you have this one here. Where is it? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? You do have this one here. Actually, no, that's not an IB. My bad. But yeah, so there was entries that you could have taken. Maybe the one that you personally wanted. There was just no what's it called, entry that you could have taken, and you're gonna have to accept this. There's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. And let me just quickly go through this quickly. So we know that to be an MSB, and okay, so let me just clear my charts one more time. So now we've had a new MSB here, and within this MSB, if we just go over to the 5 minutes, see what's going on, we can see that this is a validated swing high. We closed below first before taking out the high, so I know that this is a good zone based off my 5 minute chart. We had SBS, where this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5. So again, because I'm using the 1 minute as my zone, or even you could say the 5, will I go just waiting? Got to wait for a change in order flow. So if you're looking at things from a 1 minute, technically price will have to take out this high here first before we have any sort of flip. If I go to my 5-second chart, then we've already had our flip from this high here, but we're below the SMA. So when you let price play out, we took out the lows again, and then now we flipped again based off my 5-second chart. Yeah, and then let's just see what's going on the 1 minute. So okay, perfect. So we pull back, is that a close? Let me just double check. Sorry guys. Oh, it is. So this is our flip here. So now you just wait for a confirm flip, I guess, depending on what you see. I mean, you could enter, but on a lower time frames we are below the SMA, so technically as well you can't. So based on your 1 minute, yes. On your 15 and 5-second, no. Hence, with what I mean when I say you could enter. So let price play out. You can see that price eventually takes out the previous higher high, and yeah, so price takes out our previous higher high. So in hindsight, this worked out. If you use the fib, 618 doesn't get tagged in. On our 15-second chart, I mean, you can say that price tapped this area here, which is our area, which is a supply and demand area, and obviously we had a nice reaction that pushed us higher. However, if you're looking at things, this is what I'm saying, like this is a bit, I feel like I'm going on a little bit too much, but if you're looking at things from a internal point of view, this is that low, this is the high we've come from. Internally, that was the flip, and internally we've taken up the high. So internally, you could have SBS within here, price tapped this area here, and then we're above the SMAs, and obviously that's delivered the high. But I will explain that in more detail within other videos, or probably just make a separate video on it. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Ciao, ciao, ciao.